Elena's Monaco preparation, forging the Seductress. Monaco's Riviera glittered like a jewel-encrusted dagger under the Mediterranean sun, yachts bobbing in the harbor like floating fortresses of excess. But in the opulent suite of the Hôtel de Paris, Elena Voss saw only a battlefield. The room was a gilded cage, marble floors veined with gold, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the casino square, and a king-sized bed draped in silk that whispered promises of sin. Victor had booked it under an alias, his voice crackling over the secure line that morning. The Rossis took the bait. Seduce them, daughter. Divide and conquer. His tone brooked no failure, echoing the lessons drilled into her since childhood. Elena stood before the full-length mirror, her reflection a weapon honed to perfection. At 32, she was a vision of lethal allure. Raven hair cascading in loose waves, emerald eyes sharp as shattered glass, full lips curved in a practiced smile that hid the storm within. She slipped into the emerald gown Victor had selected, silk clinging to her curves like a second skin, the low back exposing the faint scar from an Istanbul knife fight, the slit up her thigh concealing a garter-holstered stiletto blade. As she adjusted the fabric, her fingers brushed the tattoo on her hip. A Cyrillic N for Nadia, inked in secret defiance after discovering her mother's files. Love is weakness, Victor had snarled, but Elena felt the pull of something deeper, a hunger that no training could suppress. Preparation was ritual, a armor forging before the kill. She started with the basics, a steaming bath infused with jasmine oil, the scent masking the gunpowder residue that always seemed to linger on her skin. Submerged, eyes closed, memories flooded in, unwelcome but insistent. Prague, 1992, though she knew it only from files and Victor's rare slips. Nadia's belly swollen, the alley rain mixing with blood. Elena imagined her mother's final plea, the shot that birthed her in. Violence. Then Moscow compounds, at 10, pickpocketing marks in Red Square, Victor's praise cold as winter. Good, but faster next time. At 15, the nightclub test, luring the dealer, his hands groping as she slipped the poison. Convulsions, foam, her first orgasm that night alone, power surging like electricity. Use your body, Victor commanded. But the dacha isolation at 17, after the guard lover, his touch rough yet tender, pinning her in snow, thrusting deep as she gasped, more. Victor's execution, the bullets crack, brains on white, her tears freezing. Attachments chain you. She learned, sex as control, desire as bait. Elena emerged from the bath, water sluicing off her toned body, scars from missions mapping her like war trophies. She dried off with deliberate strokes, applying lotion that made her skin glow, a subtle pheromone blend designed to ensnare. Makeup next, smoky eyes to draw gazes, red lips like blood on snow. As she lined her eyes, Victor's latest briefing replayed in her mind, dossiers on the Rossis fed via encrypted tablet. Alessandro, the elder, strategist with ice blue eyes and a scarred jaw, his deals as precise as sniper shots. Marco, the enforcer, charming smile hiding feral intensity, his body a weapon in close quarters. Orphans like her father once was, bound by blood oath. Victor's voice, they crave what they can't have. Give it, then take everything. Elena studied their photos. Alessandro's brooding stare stirring something calculated, Marco's grin igniting a primal heat. Did she want them? Yes, the power to shatter their bond, but also the thrill of being wanted, truly, beyond Victor's strings. She strapped on the blade, the cold metal against her thigh a comfort. Hidden in her clutch, a micro-camera for intel, lipstick laced with sedative for emergencies. Jewelry last, diamond earrings with embedded trackers, a necklace pendant doubling as a garrote wire. Victor had taught her, every accessory kills. She practiced in the mirror, a flirtatious laugh, a lingering touch on an arm, the subtle lean that exposed cleavage. You're mine, she'd whisper, as she had in Dubai, Paris, marks crumbling under her spell. But doubt crept in, a shadow from Petrov's legacy. Rifling through Victor's files years ago, she'd seen the ambush scars on him, the confessions. If mentors betray fathers, what of daughters? Monaco was her chance: seduce the Rossis, leak their secrets, but perhaps carve her own path. Steal their empire for herself? Or worse, fall into their web? The thought sent a shiver, not of fear, but anticipation. Her hand slipped lower, tracing the gown slit, imagining Alessandro's calculated grip, Marco's wild passion. A soft moan escaped, desire uncoiling, dangerous. The phone buzzed, Victor's check-in. Ready? His voice was gravel. Always, Papa. Lie laced with honey. Good. Remember Petrov, trust no one. Break them. She hung up, slipping into heels that clicked like gunfire. Outside, Monaco pulsed, supercars revving, high rollers in tuxedos, the casino's lights a beacon for the gala. Elena stepped into the elevator, heart steady, mind a labyrinth of plots. The Rossis would arrive soon, unsuspecting. Would they want her as badly? She'd make sure they did, until desire became their undoing. As the doors opened to the lobby, a figure caught her eye, a shadow in the crowd, watching. Rossi spy? Or Victor's test? Elena smiled, hand brushing her thigh blade. Preparation complete, the game began. Across the square, the Rossi brothers' limo pulls up, their eyes scanning the glamour, unaware the temptress awaits.